Hello everyone, it's Metalluxe back again with some What's on Deck. And let us see what is on deck. There's some interesting stuff going on Kickstarter, so we'll take a look at that first. First of all, we have, I just noticed that, over 30,000 projects listed under playing cards. Some of them are just games, but still, that is a hell of a lot. First of all, we got the Sears Aspectu playing cards for cards you buy. These Sears playing cards, not the department store. It doesn't even exist anymore, does it? I think Sears is closed everywhere now. And this is their second deck. It's 19% funded, 29 days to go. I have their previous one. I still need to review it. It's very similar looking. I don't know what their fascination is with eyeballs, but that's what it looks like they have on their deck is an eyeball. Colorful faces. It's a 4 different colored suits, so I like that. Each suit is a different color. That's pretty cool. Their previous one, I believe, was the same thing, but it wasn't as noticeable. The colors are very similar. This one, you can definitely see you got a blue and orange and red and what looks like a grayish color, or a darker blue, perhaps. Nice for fanning. It's printed by the USB-C. It's gonna be good quality. I'd probably pick them up later on. Maybe. Not sure how I feel about these court cards. At least the previous ones were more traditional court cards with actual figures. These ones, they just look like eyeballs inside of a pip. Really? And I don't know what kind of a pip this is for the clubs, I guess that is. I really don't know what the hell it's supposed to be, so. This one, I like the 4 different colors for the suits and everything, and I like the colors. I'm not digging whatever the hell suit this is supposed to be. It looks like clubs or something custom. And I'm not really digging the court cards. This would probably be a pass for me. And I guess these are the Jokers. Well, yes, the Jokers with the names of the creators. Jason Sawyer, Saxon Forward. Free tuck eye display. Yay. Anyway, yeah, this is the original one. As you can see, it's a bit different. It's got borders. Not so much cardistry friendly to some extent, but the borders are kind of thick. And this one is full bleed, which is cool. Anyway, let's see what else we got. We got these Swordswomen playing cards. I believe that was just launched today by Alexander Petty. It is, and I mean today, I'm recording this on Friday. It won't be up until Sunday. But today is like International Women's Day. Thumbs up for that. 44% funded, 29 days to go. And this is in honor of that, in homage of that, which is pretty cool. Hand painted by female artists. It's getting there funding wise. Did I say what it was? It's 44% funded, 29 days to go. I suspect it'll fund. They have not specified the printer, which to me is a little bit questionable, but they say it's going to be, I talked to the creator. It says it's going to be, you know, one of the top tier companies like USB-C or Hansen Chen or Legends, without being specific. Also, his last 2 projects still have yet to be produced and fulfilled, but I have confidence that will happen. And it's a nice back design. I do like that nice blue color. Reminds me a little bit of some of the older Legends branded decks. Yeah, nice details on the belt buckle and everything. That's pretty cool. You can see the court cards, one way, full image. There's only an index in one corner. Not a huge fan of that. The back design, that being said, is also a one-way with a flower, it looks like, in the center. Everything is completely custom redrawn. to portray a female fencer from a different culture and time period with varying weapons and styles of swordplay. Here's an Asian one you see. Pretty cool. Custom pips and everything. Diptych jokers. There's stories behind each figure as well. And you can see some right here. Rani Lakshmibai, warrior queen of India. Esme Berenger, English Victorian era thespian. Hua Mulan, legendary Chinese warrior. Mino, from the kingdom of Dahomey in Africa. Women warriors of West Africa trained to defend the tribes and home. And Walpurgis, most mysterious of all the ones that they have in their deck apparently. And there's some other ones coming too. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. You got all sorts of information on each one. And there's also a stretch goal, I guess, for a Golden Age deck, a black deck. So just a different colored deck, but same. Some recoloring in the faces as well, so that's good. It's not 100% the same. You see some ladies designing it. It's pretty cool. And it's $15 for one deck. It's a little bit pricey, especially not knowing exactly who the printer is. The reason why I say that is because some people may not want a deck that's produced by Hanson Jet. Some people may only want a deck produced by USB-C. And not knowing what it's going to be exactly might turn some people off. Moving on though, modern playing cards printed by USB-C by Joseph somebody. It's 18% funded, 14 days to go. And $4,000 goal, it's pretty low. Joseph who? I want to know more about this Joseph guy. Just, you know, for curiosity's sake. Joseph Friedrich. Interesting. He's backed 4 projects in the past. He likes to be creative with a K, because that's creative. Why can't I see the projects he's backed? Private. Alright. If a creator is going to have a private profile, that's kind of a turn off for me right off the bat. Because people should know who they're giving money to. So that's kind of a turn off right off the bat for me. Let's just look at the deck and critique the deck. And see what I think of it. It's a very simple back design that reminds me of the Eye Catcher playing cards. Correct me if I'm wrong. $12 for one deck in orange. There's also, I guess, a stretch goal for a different deck. Simple, clean design. They've modified the faces. That's kind of interesting, what they did with the faces. It's like half colored, half not colored. Custom pips. I like that. It's unique. It's creative. We'll give them that one. Nice custom pips. Stretch goal. Green edition if they hit $7,000. Again, that looks very much like the Eye Catcher playing cards. Correct me if I'm wrong. You see those there, right? It's very close to that, I would say. Very close, but not exactly the same. Moving on to Wonderland and Looking Glass decks by Swab Decks. Haven't seen anything from them in a while. 75% funded, 27 days to go. A lot of new stuff this week, it looks like, on Kickstarter anyway. Not feeling this one at all. Just that. I mean, I give them A for effort. Not really my cup of tea. This is the back design. It's green, bordered. I guess you can say that the faces are not green. A lot of black and white. aside from that. But it's very Alice in Wonderland themed, obviously. There's also a blue one, apparently, the Looking Glass deck. So you got the Wonderland deck in green, and then the Looking Glass deck in blue. I mean, it's alright. Some of it anyways. A lot of it just looks like it was just sketched roughly. That's it. But I mean, it's alright. I don't know who's producing it. Who's printing it. I don't know what the faces are going to look like. Aside from the court cards. Oh, okay. Printed by MPC. 300 GSM smooth stock. At least in the tuck boxes. 500 or less for each. $10 each right now. $20 for two. That's not bad at all, price-wise. But I'm not really feeling that back design. It doesn't look like a back design. It looks like a painting or whatever, a sketch. It just really doesn't do much for me. And then we see the court cards, we see the aces. I don't know what the number cards look like. Are they going to have art? Are they going to have pips? I don't know. But, you know, I'll give them, you know, an A for effort. Then we got Diamondback playing cards by Dmitry Lebedev. 24% funded, 26 days to go. And this looks nice off the bat, right off the bat. Looks like a, you know, traditional, just a classic type deck of cards. Bit of a high goal. Early birds are $9 each. And $13 regular price. $23 for two decks. Apparently, no early bird for two decks. So it's like, you can get one cheap, or you can buy two and just pay extra. Yeah. It modified the faces, as you can see, custom court cards, based off, model off standard court cards. And the back design, it's okay. It's just a simple, kind of a fancy B type deck. And they've added a diamond within the back design, as you can see. Which is kind of cool. I don't like these pictures. Yeah, I see that they're going for like the Las Vegas type look. That's fine. It looks, you know, nice for what it is. I'm not sure if they're worth, I guess they're okay. The price isn't too bad. But I don't like these images. Like, just show us the damn thing, not, you know, whatever the hell effect they're going for here. I don't like this club pip they have on here. It just looks weird. Looks more like a weird diamond. The index is fine, but then for this, they made it mirror image for some reason. I do like this diamond being also a dice. That's kind of cool. And I see the hearts have a chip in there. I guess the clubs is supposed to represent like the roulette wheel or something, and the diamonds have a star. Or the spades have a star in them. Oh, look at that. There's different numbers on the dice on different cards. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, and it is supposed to be like the roulette wheel. It's not bad. Maybe taking the casino theme a little bit to the extreme with all these extra details, but hey, it's cool. So I didn't see why it would be $13. And the back design doesn't look too bad. We'll see what happens with that one though. Then we got Buccaneers playing cards by Kraken Cards because we haven't had enough pirate themed decks. Especially in recent times, really, over the last year. Nice artwork. $15 is not bad for one deck, I suppose. I do like that full-bodied court card, and its actual real Swashbucklers, Buccaneers, Blackbeard, Black Bart, and Bonnie. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I will say at least it feels like on some of these, like these ones here, it feels like some, I guess maybe it's supposed to be faded. It has kind of a faded look to it. Not bad. Not sure how I feel about these aces. Why does it just look like messy paint? And what does that got to do with anything? Nice back design though. I do like the back design. I really don't think the pips really fit with the faces, or I don't understand the point. Some extra cards that tell you who's on every card. You know, it looks pretty nice. And then there's apparently a green deck as well. My Lizlo Azabuza. Interesting. There's information on everyone. Won't get into. And it's going to be USB-C printed, so that's good. I'm not sure when the other deck unlocks. Apparently this is their first project, so I was confusing this with the different Kraken cards in my mind for some reason, but their first project. So take that. Keep that in mind, but it's not bad. Not bad for a first attempt for this project. And then we got the Implicit V2 playing cards by Nathan Dharma. 56% funded, 37 days to go. It looks very shiny. Very foily. Being printed by Carter Mude. Superlock stock and, you know, the nice B9 finish. Look at that. Foil. Very nice. I am in on this one. I did get the original one, so I want to get this one too. I could probably wait until later on, but it probably cost more money. Still not a fan of these faces. It just looks like there's a hell of a lot going on there for no real good reason on the court cards. And I don't like that the indexes are different than the number cards. And I've, you know, said that, hey, they should be the same. And I don't know if there was a response to that, or what the response to that was. Somebody canceled their blends. So he liked the suggestion, but he's not using it this time around. Next, we got Literary Classics playing cards by Card Savant. 40% funded, 23 days to go. Wow, there's a lot of new decks. Simple is what I'll say about those card cards. They're just simple. It's just a face. There's a name on there. It's one weight because of the name. That features some of the best known writers. Interesting. Again, first time creator. $3,000 goal. The back design, again, fairly simple. I don't know why they're showing here a borderless version and here they're showing a bordered version. I do think the bordered works a lot better with the faces. And then the number cards absolutely kill it. They decided to put passages from different books on different number cards. And I would guess that might be like a copyright violation to some extent as well, unless they've gotten permission. There's no information on who's producing. It's $14 US for one deck. No information on who's producing it. Not the most exciting court cards. Not the most exciting back design. And not exciting number cards and aces. So it's a definite pass for me. Due to lack of information. Then we got Tankmaster's point cards by Agitcom. 55% funded, 39 days to go. These are being printed by Noir Arts. And this is the relaunch. Their previous attempt, they canceled for whatever reason. Went back to the drawing board. Nice looking tuck ace. $10 for one isn't an art print. $13 for a deck isn't too bad. They have two decks, the Liberators, and there's also another one. Designed by Sviatoslav Paschuk. And they've done a few projects, and I think they've been improving over time. Oh yes, the Liberators and the Invaders. Printed by Noir, like I mentioned. We'll get on to the front of the tuck looks nice. The back, it's okay, I suppose. Interesting artwork on the faces, showing you a flag of war that represents that nation. And you see the different tanks. It's not really my cup of tea for a deck, but I do figure it was well done. Nice court cards. You have to maybe just Photoshop. Just my guess. Definitely Photoshopped. There's no way these were drawn. Nice number cards. And the back design isn't bad either. And this is the other one. The villains. Not sure why you would have the swastika on here. Like, why not have the German flag? I mean, I guess it makes sense to have that because that was kind of their flag. But still, I don't know who would want to put a deck with a swastika on it. ESPC would probably be like, nope. Probably not. They probably would not put it. Yeah, it's not a bad deck. Not really my cup of tea. And then we got Blankenberg playing cards, 4 suits, 4 themes. Interesting, by Peter Schultz. It is funded, 6 days to go. That is an insanely low goal. I wouldn't touch this. I don't think I would touch this one. I mean, that goal is just way too low. Doesn't make me comfortable. There is 2 different finishes, apparently. The printing decks with a smooth finish and a linen finish. Why? Make up your damn mind. Medieval playing cards. Printed by who the hell knows. It's an interesting back design. And then the artwork on the faces looks fine. For the most part. Apparently they've done a few projects. I see. So he's tried this before. It was cancelled. It was 12% funded. And he's had some games related to it as well. I mean, the number cards aren't bad. Nice custom pips. Court cards aren't bad. Back design isn't bad. It's going to be printed 310 GSM black court cardstock. You can get it smoother linen. I'm assuming that means MPC. Diamonds are represented by nobility. King, Queen, and Prince. The spades by the peasants, the townfolk. A mayor, a wench, and a Cooper, whatever. Cooper? Is that really what they were called? Okay. The hearts, religion, Pope, a nun, and a priest. And the clubs, the underbelly. An assassin, a thief, and a brigand. Interesting. Apparently it's $8 for smooth thinness, $9 for linen thinness. I paid the extra buck personally. Excuse me. Yeah, it's interesting. Moving on, we have lots of games. Strain Wars, and now that's it. That's new for this week. That's it. I mean, that's like 10 new decks this week. Yeah, 10 new projects this week. So going on here, we got Strain Wars version attempt about 10 or 11 by now. Adjacent and separate. 21% funded, 43 days to go. I don't see it happening again. Let's hope it doesn't anyways. Choco Gyoko by Sweetie Kingdom is 14% funded, 24 days to go. Not likely at this rate. Crown Jewels by SVI Group is well funded, 19 days to go. Hypnotic Playing Cards by Docs Playing Cards, DocsPlayingCards.com is funded, 19 days to go. Dice Throne Playing Cards by Albino Dragon is funded, 14 days to go. America's Greatest Card Deck. Not really. Yeah, by Santiago Nudman is 0% funded, 48 days to go. Not a chance in hell it's going to happen at this rate. Akusa Playing Cards by Will Wee, however the hell you pronounce that. 12% funded, 18 days to go. Azote Playing Cards, first edition from Azote Playing Cards. 45% funded, 16 days to go. The Akusa, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see it happening. This one, again, probably not. Expert at the Card Table, Enamel Pins by Jim Jackson is funded, 15 days to go. In case you're interested. In Presence, Rising Sun and Azora Edition Playing Cards. NPC is well funded, 25 days to go. Cyberpunk Playing Cards by Elephant Playing Cards is also very well funded, 3 days to go. Drunken Royalty by Eric Cobalt is 28% funded, 9 days to go. Don't see it happening. Prototype Playing Cards by Vin is funded, 7 days to go. That has funded. First deck Playing Cards created Triptych Dance of Death Playing Cards. That's what it's called. By Sergey. No, it's not the first deck that has a triptych on it, by the way. But that one is funded, 4 days to go. The Aristo Steampunk Playing Card by Aristo is also well funded, 11 days to go. Lux Luna Metal Playing Cards by Forbes is well funded, 4 days to go. Hero Playing Cards by Saxon Cards, 33% funded, 18 days to go. I don't see it happening at this rate. Invocation by Jackson Robinson is well funded, 70 hours to go. By the time I get this video up, it will be done. My apologies. Double Cards by Ying New York, 2% funded. 16 days to go, it's not going to happen. Secret Action Squad Mission 001 by Chris Jensen, 13% funded, 26 hours to go, also not going to happen. The Game of Spades by Aaron Parker, 35% funded, 25 days to go, not going to happen. And that, thankfully, is everything that's due on Kickstarter. You can see some of the decks that are funded. Oh god, this one funded. Pop Girls Volume 2. So I'm going to double check what else is going on, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we'll look at a couple of things here. First of all, the Parlor Playing Cards, which are being put out by Lorenzo. Apparently also Lothric is involved for the Gentleman Wake. So that kind of is a turnoff for me, because I know there's going to be massive delays. But this is by a fellow, being put out by a fellow reviewer. The Gentleman Wake has a unique way of doing reviews. Nice red and blue. And also a black one apparently. Black and gold. That's going to be foil, obviously. And I'm sure they're going to charge a hell of a lot for it. Moving on, Bicycle Dragon Ball Z. Now I will say this, the Z deck put out by Steve Minty last year. Probably a lot nicer than this one. This is on ami.com. Also, it might be on eBay. I'm not 100% sure. Or might eventually get to eBay. But probably won't be cheap. This one. It's like a playing card decks, and he's been adding a whole bunch of weird, odd decks. And there's the Skid Row, the Polyantha. The Circus is here now. Of course, I got the prototype one before. You can check the review on my channel. I will get the real one, of course, the actual one as well. And on Murphy's, more the same. A couple to talk about here, though, that are not. First one is, save the best for last. If I can here. Come on. Why is this so slow? First one is Delusion playing cards, which is apparently going to retail for $24.50. I paid $14.70 for it, and that's probably paying a little bit too much. Printed by Hansen Chen on a luxury stock and luxury finish. Apparently there's two gimmick cards, a double backer and a blank card. And you see the bat design, and you see the faces, a lot of green colors. Jokers. There's your ace of spades. And the court cards are standard, recolored. I'm confused as to why there's so much money, really. But it's not that. I'll probably pick one up here. And I'll definitely be picking up this one. This is the limited edition 6 strings playing cards being put out by Murphy's. Limited edition, only a certain number will be reprinted, will not be reprinted. It's a collab between Cartify and Murphy's Magic. 6 strings is designed by A.D. Siriana. They don't list it on here. A guitar theme, of course. And I think I might have shown you some images before it was produced, but there you see it. Very nicely done. Completely custom, 100%. I like it. Definitely down with this one. Definitely interested. Nice top case. Printed the top case by Clove Street Press. Printed by USB-C. Looks good. I'm definitely down with that. So that is it for now. I will do another recap on Sunday once I get a chance for anything else that happens tomorrow or Sunday morning. So that is that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Alright, everyone, I am back. A couple of little updates. First of all, you can see I have posted a buy everywhere on RarePlayingCards.com because they have screwed over a creator by not paying for the decks that they bought from them and selling them irregardless of paying for them. And also there's been issues with getting products to customers, especially in a timely fashion and with communication. And I would just highly recommend avoiding. Also, I want to mention that apparently the Tavern on the Green from Figure 11 has sold out. And now let's talk about a couple of new things on Kickstarter. First of all, there is the Parrot Playing Cards deck by Anton Ruklin. 1% funded, 14 days to go. The chances it funds are absolutely zero, in my opinion. Let's look at it. That's what's a yet. They didn't even bother to print a prototype or anything to show you. It's just, computer images. Not a fan of that stuff. If you're going to put a deck on Kickstarter, print a freaking prototype. It's not that expensive. And it doesn't have to be good quality. It's something to show. It's a pretty big goal, $7,500. And it's being printed by a no-name printer. And one thing I want to say is, the first thing I saw when I looked at this deck was this, the Margarita of playing cards. It's the first thing that came to mind. It looks kind of similar in the tuck case and the color scheme. The cards are a bit different though. $15 US for one deck. Absolutely not. $30 for two. $40 for an uncut sheet. It doesn't even get any cheaper if you buy multiples, which it should. It shouldn't be $30 for two decks. Any reliable creator will be like, okay, two decks, $25 or something like that. You know, there got to be some kind of savings. So here's what you get. Very cartoony characters. Pirate treasure on the Ace of Hearts. It's very cartoony characters. It feels like they belong in a Disney cartoon. Maybe they are from a Disney cartoon. I don't know. It could be stolen. Not really. I mean, if they actually do these themselves, and it's not like stolen from something, I'm ready for effort. But I don't know that for sure. I can't confirm it. It doesn't look very original. The Jokers are interesting. And the back design is kind of boring. It's just like that pirate ship wheel and some smoke. Really? That's it? Designed by Darina Popova. So I guess maybe she did design it. Green printed on a premium cardstock German blackboard paper 310 GSM. Colorful paper tuck case. Oh, good. Nothing special about the tuck case. And being printed in China by the Hong Kong Global Paper Company, which they have apparently used before. Not familiar with them at all. And apparently the company is Siren Imports that's putting this on Kickstarter. Overall, I don't see it funding. And it just kind of screams red flag to me for some reason. Moving on, there's one more, the iconic playing cards by Mikko Samuelsson. 0% funded, 29 days ago. Chances of funding for this one as well looking very good, right? Although it does have a much lower goal, less than $3,000 US. That design isn't bad from what I can see. Features a thick white border making your cardistry stand out. Who in their right mind would want a thick white border, especially cardists? Why would a cardist want a thick white border? That makes no sense. $20 Canadian for one deck, so what is that, $15 US? It's an okay back design. I like the black and white. That being said, the borders are probably too thick. And it's very kind of minimalist, simplistic. Just a bunch of different things in there, like this little globe, and then there's another planet thing in there, and a diamond, some hearts. Nothing that seems to really fit together. It's just a bunch of random stuff, it looks like. He wanted to put this by the USBC, but doesn't have experience selling cards, so he's decided to make a smaller campaign for us to test the waters, and they're going to be put there by more arts printed on 310 GSM premium German linen cardstock, with 500 minimum being produced. Well, I mean, I'll give him props for not. Apparently, the name of his company is unknown. The front of the tuck case just has a diamond and a planet, very minimalist and not exciting. The Ace of Spades, absolutely boring. There's nothing going on there. Designed in Denmark. Why did you advertise he designed this? Because there's really not a whole lot of design elements in this. And the core cards are standard, except that they've put a bar over their face. Like, really? Why even bother doing that? That seems like an extra expense of customizing the core cards. If you're going to customize, like, this is the way it is. If you customize stuff on a deck of cards, I mean, it's more arts, not USB-C, so it might be a little bit different. But if you're customizing stuff like this, instead of, especially in regards to USB-C, it's going to cost you X amount of money, extra money to print this because you've modified the faces. For no reason. You could have just used standard USB-C faces. They print an Ace of Spades and a Jokers. and the back design, and they put it all together, and that's it. That's why a lot of people use standard faces, because it's cheap. All you have to do is basically print the jokers and the ace of spades and the ad cards or gaff cards, and then the rest they just take from their stock, unless it's going to be a special or custom fittest or whatever. But yeah, I don't know why bother. If you're going to customize court cards, then customize them. Don't just put a bar over the face. That's just dumb. Little twist. An unnecessary kind of dumb twist. Iconic faces. No, they're not iconic. Especially if it says iconic faces and they're all completely standard. How is that iconic? It certainly doesn't stand out. Overall, I don't see it funny. It's just a back design that's just random, thrown together. Nothing special about the faces. Absolutely 100%. Nothing special. We don't even know what the jokers look like, if there's any. And I just don't see it happening. One more thing to mention. There's a new Steve Minty deck coming out. They look very nice, as you can see. No information on what they're called or when they're coming. Also, there's a new, from Jet Setter Playing Cards, there's a new deck coming soon as well. And I seem to have all seen something else that's coming soon. I don't recall what it was. Anyways, that is that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.